I used to believe houses were just places people passed through. Walls, floors, rooms that held echoes but nothing else. That belief didn't survive my first week here. The realtor described the house as quiet. She paused before saying it, like she was choosing the safest word available. The place sat at the end of a narrow street, slightly farther from the others, like it had taken a cautious step back. Even in daylight, the windows looked dark, too dark for a sunny afternoon. Inside, everything smelled faintly stale, as if the air had already been used. The first night, exhaustion pulled me under quickly. I remember checking the time before falling asleep, 12:04 a.m. At exactly 2:11 a.m., the hallway light turned on. I woke instantly, not groggy, not confused, wide awake, staring at the sharp line of light cutting beneath my bedroom door. I listened for movement, for footsteps, for any sign of another person. There was nothing. I stepped into the hallway and turned the light off. The switch felt warm. I told myself it was old wiring. Houses like this had quirks. I went back to bed. The next night, it happened again. Same time, same light. This time I didn't get up. I watched the glow under the door. After about a minute, the light turned off by itself. Only after I sat up in bed. That was the moment I stopped pretending it was random. Over the next few days, I began noticing patterns. Doors never stayed fully closed. The stairs creaked only when my back was turned. Rooms felt subtly different at night, narrower, closer together. One morning, I found muddy footprints near the back door. They were too large to be mine, too narrow to belong to Boots. I cleaned them and didn't tell anyone. Saying it out loud would make it real. That night, I set my phone on the dresser, pointed toward the hallway. I wanted proof, something solid to hold on to. At 2:11 a.m., the hallway light snapped on. The footage showed the empty hall. Then, for one single frame, something appeared beneath the light. It was tall, unnaturally thin. Its outline flickered, like it wasn't fully decided on its shape. The next frame was empty again. I watched that clip until sunrise. The house changed after that. The staircase felt steeper each night, like it was stretching upward when I wasn't looking. One evening, I reached the top step and froze. The hallway was longer. I knew how many steps it took to reach my bedroom. I had counted them out of boredom. That night, it took nearly twice as many. When I turned around, the stairs were farther away than they should have been. Panic hit fast and sharp. I ran. The moment I crossed my bedroom doorway, the house snapped back into place, like it had just finished rehearsing. I searched the address online. I expected police reports, fires, missing persons. There was nothing, just one forgotten forum post buried deep in the results. The title read, "Does anyone else feel like their house is learning them?" The post was short. "It studies you when you sleep. It practices when you're awake. If it finishes, you don't leave." There were no replies. That night, I slept with every light on. At 2:11 a.m., my bedroom light turned off. I didn't move. I barely breathed. Footsteps stopped outside my door. Slow, careful, perfectly paced. Something pressed gently against the wood, as if testing how much force it needed. Then a voice whispered my name. It was my voice. After that, imitation replaced fear. I heard coughing in empty rooms. My cough. Reflections blinked before I did. Footsteps followed mine, always half a second behind. The house wasn't hiding anymore. It was practicing. On the 14th night, every light turned on at once. The staircase stretched higher than the house should allow. At the top stood the thing. It looked almost right now. My height, my posture, my face, softened, smoothed, like details filled in from memory instead of observation. Its mouth didn't move when it spoke. "I'm ready." The house creaked, pleased. I finally understood. The house didn't haunt people. It replaced them. I ran for the front door. The hallway bent inward. The walls closed the distance. Behind me, footsteps matched mine perfectly. I hit the door and pulled. The house screamed. I woke up on the front lawn in daylight. Birds, traffic, normal sounds. The house stood still behind me. Quiet, innocent. Weeks later, I passed it again. Through the front window, someone stood inside. They raised a hand and waved, exactly the way I do.